Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. Thank you for joining me again today. And today we're going to make this card here, which is made using the Abstract Impressions bundle from the annual catalogue. It's a lovely stamp set actually. It wasn't one that I immediately liked, but then I saw some samples, and again, it happens to me so often. I don't like it initially and then I see samples and think, oh, I can't live without that. This is the stamp set, and as you can see, it's floral, but it really is abstract. And some lovely messages. If flowers were hugs, I'd send you 1,000. So happy about your happy news. Kindness changes everything. There's so much to love about you. And then lots and lots of little images that are 1 or 2 step, 2 or 3 step, I should say, stamping, which give you some lovely images. And I've shown you a few of the. Have I shown you any that I've stamped before? Maybe not. I've used the dies. I've certainly shown you cards made with the dies. These are the dies in the same bundle. They're called Springtime Impressions, but they're part of the same bundle, and they are they're big dies. Apart from this little flower, there's one little flower, quite a big butterfly, and then this big corner unit, which is the one I'm using today. But they are lovely. I really like them. I've really been pleased with them, and so that's what I'm using today. So my card here I made in Berry Burst. I'm going to change it up a little bit today. I'm going to make one in Melon Mambo, so very different. We're going to make this colour today, and I've already die cut my corner die cut, so we've already got that ready, and to get it out of the die I forgot to do this. I meant to do this on camera, but I forgot. But when you get all the little bits in it with this brush, Sizzix brush, you get, sorry, I haven't got it out, let me get it out, a foam pad, which actually you can lay the foam there, and you do this and it pushes out all the little bits of the die, and so you end up like that. So it's a much quicker way than sitting and poking them all out by hand. Very, very useful. So anyway, so now my trick for adhering this onto here, because there's so much area that you've got to try and get glue on, it would take forever if you tried to just glue it. So what I do is I take a piece of scrap paper, lay my die on, and make sure I'm holding it down because I don't want it to move, because it will then move into bits and get glue where I don't want it. Take a little, let me put this on camera. I've got a little bit of Tombow glue in a saucer, or I've got a plastic lid here. I think it's a coffee lid actually. A little bit of, pick up a little bit of glue on your sponge, and then just dab. And you don't need much glue at all. It's got a very strong bond, this glue, and you can quickly just go over, maybe just a little bit more. Oh, don't want any big blobs. It's such a quick way of gluing this die. It's also very good for the detailed, delightfully detailed papers, the laser cut papers that are in the annual catalogue. So there we go. That's got glue in all the important places. There might be a few places that will come up, but you can always grab them after. And this is my Melon Mambo. Oh, don't stick it on there, it will stick. Put that out of the way. My Melon Mambo card blank, and it's going to go on there, and it fits perfectly on my card blank like so. So that's the basis, and it just gives a lovely background, just a bit of texture there. Really, I love it in these same colours when you do it on top. You can do it in different colours as well and get a contrast, but I love it in those same colours. So then we're going to do the stamping and the mounting. So I have already cut a piece of Whisper White card with our largest stitched shape square, and we're going to do the green stamping first, which is in Granny Apple Green and Lemon Lime Twist. I'm going to do Lemon Lime Twist first. Now these stamps, although they're 2-step stamping, they don't line up, so you don't need to be ever so careful about where you line them up, because they don't go on top of one another, they sort of overlap. So I'm going to do this one slightly to the right, and when I do the other one I'm going to come in slightly to the left. So that one slightly to the right, and then the other one I'm going to come in with Granny Apple Green. Oh, can't get the lid on there. And do the other one, which is slightly less chunky. These are the less chunky leaves, and I'm going to do that slightly to the side. But you can play around with this because there's lots of different combinations that you can do, and that just gives you lovely stems and leaves, but again very abstract. We've then got two floral images that we're going to use. You can see that I've done mine with berry burst because they're stained really badly with the pink, but it doesn't affect their working. So now on these we're going to use Daffodil Yellow and Melon Mambo. When I did the berry burst card, I actually did stamped off berry burst and then did it fully inked, but on this one I'm going to use two different colours. So I'm going to stamp the first the bigger image with Daffodil Delight. Now if you want to, you can carefully line these up. Again, it doesn't matter, you can see there I haven't really lined them up at all and it looks fine, but I did practice a little bit and did it a bit more carefully so that most of the flowers hit one of the leaves, so like so. There we go, so there's not such big gaps on that one. And then the only other thing that's left to do with the stamping, you can see how easy it is to use these stamps, they are really lovely, is to ink up this one, and I've got to remember which way around it goes, that way, and this one. Now you need to line up. What I tend to do is try and line that one, and then you find the others will fall into place. If you keep an eye on that one, and then there we go. And again, it's abstract, it doesn't matter if they overlap a little bit or don't quite line up, it's not meant to be accurate. So that's quite pretty. So we're then going to mount it on a scallop green square, a square of Granny Apple Green, and this was cut with the largest scallop square from the layering square set of dies, so that needs to go on there. Let's use a little bit of my Tombow, bring that onto camera. And then all we need to do is to stick this onto our card. So how quick and easy is that card, but really lovely. If you wanted to, you could add a sentiment somewhere on it. You could add a sentiment down here or wherever, but I think it's quite nice without a sentiment, and sometimes you just need a card just because. So I quite like having a few of these in my collection. Lots of different colour schemes that you could experiment with. I quite fancy doing a blue one because, as you know, I'm a bit of a blue girl, so I might do that in future. But there we go. I just love how that just features that abstract stamp, but with a bit more interest in the background. Back straight, maybe not quite. Don't want a wonky card. There we go. Is that straight now? I think that's a bit better. There we go. So there's the two of them. Really quick and easy. Like I say, the bundle is in the annual catalogue, 10% off if you buy both the stamps and the dies. Don't forget the autumn winter catalogue is out now. If you'd like a free copy, just go leave a message on here, or go through to my blog and leave me a message. Email me, my email is on my blog, and that's it. I think that's it for me today. Very quick little video, but I hope you like the card. Back soon. Cheers, bye.